And so, I'm reviewing all the important films of 2021. That's not my personal estimation, by the way, that's just my codified term for Oscar nominees. I'm trying to be cute, you see. It might work for some people, it certainly works for me. Anyway, I'll be throwing one or two of these out every couple of days. Today, it's Being the Ricardos, the latest reality-based drama from Aaron Sorkin. Stars Nicole Kidman as Lucille Ball and Javier Bardem as Desi Arnaz. It's currently streaming on Amazon Prime. My thoughts are as follows. Up front, what I'll say about this movie is it has excellent performances. The whole cast is great. These are some of the finest character actors in the business. J.K. Simmons for one, and then you have Arrested Development's Alia Shawkat and Tony Hale, both displaying some very good naturalistic acting, while still infusing their characters with a snappy comic energy. That comic energy is there because the film was written and directed by Aaron Sorkin, who never met a piece of presumably realistic dialogue that he couldn't overwrite into artifice. And yet, he always manages to somehow make it work, or at least make it entertaining, which I guess is the point. He crafts realistic, character-driven narratives and infuses them with grand theatricality. But more on Sorkin in a sec. I want to get back to the performances, which, as I said, are all great. But in particular, Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem are simply excellent. Yes, you heard me. Excellent. I've seen some criticism thrown their way about how they don't do a particularly good job of mimicking Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. And here's something that I think these criticisms are missing. The point. See, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, as we know them in the great cultural pantheon, are not real people. They are cartoon characters in an extremely popular sitcom from the 1950s that somehow held up and survived the transition into being rerun in the 80s and 90s, and many of us grew up watching. But that's the thing, Kidman and Bardem are not playing Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. It would probably be a great acting folly to attempt such a thing. No, they are playing the real people behind those characters. And so their job is to create a believably tumultuous showbiz couple and evoke who these people were in real life. And they do so very, very well. So if you choose to watch this film, do so on my recommendation based on the performances. But don't expect an impersonation of a sitcom, and be glad that's not what the movie is doing. But the movie is flawed in other ways. Basically, I think Sorkin is trying to do a little too much. He wants to contextualize the biopic of this famous couple amidst a behind-the-scenes melodrama while infusing it with political tension. It's the story of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's troubled marriage, but it's also a docudrama that takes you behind the scenes and shows you the creative process of their legendary TV show. But it's also the dramatic political thriller about that time Lucille Ball was almost blacklisted. I understand the drive to want to do something very compelling and fill it with as much drama as you possibly can, but I also think Sorkin is only really invested in one of these things, and it's the thing he is most familiar with, which is the behind-the-scenes turmoil of running a popular TV show. And I think a 2-hour movie about that, a week in the production of I Love Lucy, might have been truly excellent, but instead we have this pretty good melodrama that bites off little more than it can chew. One weird choice, all the scenes dramatizing Lucille Ball's creative process, where you see her outline an idea for a comic bit and then you see the result of her idea playing out in a flash forward, these scenes are always scored with eerie Lars von Trier music with dramatic close-ups of Kidman's tense face. I'm not sure what Sorkin is trying to say with this. That comedy is actually hard work and not actually funny? That comedy is serious business? I don't know, I guess that comes across, but I still think it was a weird choice. Anyway, good movie. A bit all over the place, not entirely satisfying, but well made and very well acted. See it. Hey, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel and share the video. There's going to be some cool stuff coming to the channel, so you're going to want to keep track of it, and I hope you like all that stuff too. See ya.